Hi there, this video will describe how to create a spotlight interaction within the Unreal Engine. In a couple previous videos we've set up some night scene and some exponential height fog, so that when we play the game it's much more darker as we get further away and we have this kind of fog-like approach. So what would be nice to have is to adjust the scene a little bit and then add the ability to turn on a spotlight or a flashlight with the key press. So one thing I am going to change is with the exponential height fog. I'm going to decrease or increase that fog density, so as the player plays they can't really see a lot unless they're really close to a surface. So if I go find something then I can see it, otherwise then I have to turn on a spotlight to be able to see. So let's increase that more to maybe 0.7. Okay, so now if I play I really can't see anything unless I have a spotlight on. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to see much else in my level until I get my spotlight or my flashlight. So we're going to go into our player character, and I have some previous videos on how I set up the player character movement and everything. But this one, we'll move over here to the blank area and we're going to create a flashlight interaction with the player. So before we do this, let's go back out for a second. Go to Edit, Project Settings. And we're going to go to Inputs and add a new action mapping. I got a couple of them in here: jump, sprint, jetpack, slow walk, crouch. I can add the plus symbol to action mapping. And this one we're just going to call flashlight. Flashlight. Let's do the T key for this. You can do whatever key you want, but I'm just going to use the T key. So this will be a toggle. When I the T key first, it's going to turn my flashlight on. We can close that window. And then the character blueprint, I'm going to right click in here and choose or type in flashlight, and it's going to add that new action mapping, which is an event. Okay, so the next thing we need is actually a light source. So let's come in here to our viewport and then let's do add components, and then we'll say spotlight. So it adds a spotlight, and I'm going to move it a little bit further away from the center of the character. Move it up some, and I'm actually going to parent this underneath my camera. So basically as the camera will rotate, the light will rotate with it. So let's compile and save, and let's go hit play. See if I can see it. I need to increase the intensity probably. Let's go to spotlight and increase that intensity a lot, maybe 10,000. Okay, let's put a little bit of a color to it, a little bit of a yellow color. Let's go see if we see it. Compile, save. Maybe we need to increase our attenuation radius as well. A little bit longer of a distance that it's going to travel. I can change my inner and outer cone. So let's put our outer cone or inner cone a little bit so it's brighter in the middle. Go, put it wider. Alright, and compile and save. Let's go see if we see it now. Still don't see it. Okay. Alright, so our problem was our fog density was just way too high. Instead of 0.7, I want to do 0.07. The default is 0.02. So let's do 0.07. Yeah, 0.7 is just too high. And we'll do play. And then now we can see the flashlight is there. If I look down, if I get closer to an object, there's an object. Here we go. Flashlight will kind of show me as I get close to the object. Here it goes. You can see the beam. Alright, so flashlight's working. Now we want to have the ability to be able to toggle it on and off. Okay, so let's back out of play mode. Let's go open up our character blueprint again. And then the event graph, we're going to use the press, and then we're going to add a toggle. Let's actually take our spotlight, and we want it off by default. So spotlight, and under the rendering, let's uncheck visible over here on the right. So that means it's going to be off by default. If I compile and save and go play, the spotlight is not on right now. Alright, so let's go back into our character blueprint. So the spotlight's off by default, visibility's off, and we're going to toggle that on. Alright, so all we're going to do is go drag from pressed, and then we're going to do toggle visibility of the spotlight. Okay. So every time we press the T key, it's going to turn the light on or off. And that's it. That's all we need. We can comment this out and say flashlight. Organize it in here if we need to. You can add a comment color. maybe yellow for flashlight. Alright, compile and save. So the action is just a toggle visibility of a particular object. So it's off by default, and when we hit the T key, it should turn on. So now when I play, if I hit the T key, here we go. So see the light's on, hit the T key again, turns the light off. So let's go find some stairs. T key off, T key on to turn the light on and off. So now if you want to increase the radius so we can see it further out, we can do that. So if I go back to my blueprint and the viewport spotlight, I can increase that attenuation radius and maybe increase the outer cone and inner cone more and increase that intensity, so maybe 15,000. There we go, compile, save. So turn my T key on, here we go. So I still don't see anything because of the depth of my turn off here. Here we go, my computer froze for a second. So it's off, on. There you go, so you can see it further away now. Alright, but this kind of setup is really meant for like a close-knit scene where you don't see a lot of things up close. You have to get really close to something to see it. And we turn on a spotlight or flashlight to be able to see more detail in the level. Alright, so a quick video to talk about how to set up a toggle of a spotlight from a player standpoint.